Hello everyone, this is Lorcana World, and today I want to showcase my Sapphire Steel deck. Now I haven't been posting in quite some time, as I've been very busy with other things, but now my time is free, and perfect timing as the next set with dual colors comes out in a few weeks here. But I at least wanted to show one deck. I always try to show decks that are off meta, or at least ideas of what could become meta. But this one is a bit more competitive. Now, Sapphire Steel hasn't been as good as it used to be. For a while, it was doing quite well. I think there's going to be some new stuff coming out shortly that will help this build. But for now, I'm going to go through what I have. So let's start with the Sapphire. Now the goal is to ramp, of course. So we're going to start with Tipo, playing 2. I might bump this to 3. When you play this character, you put a card from your hand and your ink will face down exerted. So it just lets you ink again. I got 4 Grammatala. I'm probably going to cut this to 3 and put this guy to 3. I don't think it's as good. It's not as needed to be at 4. Okay. She's pretty good. This is the MVP in any of these item decks. These Hiram. Because when you play him and when he quests, you get to banish an item to draw 2, which is fantastic. Right? Really great card. Played in Sapphire Steel or Ruby Sapphire. We play 4 Tamatoas. He's just good at the end game. He's good off the top deck. You're going to ramp a lot in this deck, and I noticed playing around with it, it's very top deck heavy. As in, you use up a lot of your resources out of your hand to have more ink in your inkwell for late game pushes. And Tamatoa, getting 2 of these out late game is just very, very good. So, and you'll get to 8 relatively easily. Oops. I play 1 Cogsworth because he gives everybody else resistance, not himself, but he's 2/5. So, quest for 2. It has ward. He's fantastic. 1 of is great. I play 1 Bell. Again, you're going to eventually get to 10. She probably ultimately could be cut from the deck because I think she's just a win more card and she's not necessary. But I still personally like playing 1. 1 Aerial. Treasure Collector. So now, I don't know how often this will come up, is having more items than your opponent. Okay, if you're playing against something similar or Ruby and Sapphire, it's not as good, but every other matchup, I think, you're going to have more items. And she quests for 3, has ward. She's pretty strong. I do play 3 1 jump aheads. 2 how far I'll go. 2 let it go. Okay, just more removal. And you're going to get to 5 really quick. Okay. You could also use this on one of your own characters, if need be. 4 Fishbone. That just lets you ramp. This is the best ramp card. I think there's another card that came out I am actually missing from this deck. It's an action that lets you put a second. So it's like a Fishbone, but for 1 turn. But I'd rather just play this, I think, at this point. I have to go back and look. And 4 Popsicle for your draw. And a little healing. Onto the Steel. Now my deck differs in I play Cinderella. Okay? Because I play the Stout-Hearted. I love this card. This is one of my favorite cards in the game because you play a song. So let's say you are able to sing for any of your songs, and then this can then challenge any ready characters. I love that ability to challenge ready characters. And we're getting a few support cards, although they're ruby and steel, dual colors that do something similar where you can, and there's one or two other cards can also do it. I believe they're steel. So this game, late game, has actually been very helpful in my testing. One of my favorite cards. Could also be played, I mean, primarily in Amber Steel Song, because you're going to play a lot more songs. So, but personally, I like it. And getting to 7, if you don't have her, is no big deal, right? That's easy. Robin Hoods, I only have 2. I would probably play another one. I've seen versions of this deck without it altogether. I just love it's just so good. It's an easy shift 3 early game. 3/6, annoying, quite an annoying card to deal with. Of course, this is pretty standard in almost any deck that plays steel. It's just such a 3/3 with 2 lore. Even if he takes the tick of damage, so what? 1 beast. I only have 1 beast. It's a cool card. Start your turn. He has no damage, you get to draw. Or he's +4. So really strong card. But I only have 1, unfortunately. I don't know if I'd play more than 1. I haven't tested it enough to see if it's worth it or not, or to cut it completely. And then we get our removal. Grab your sword. 2 damage to each opposing characters. Zeus, 5 damage to character or location. And I know locations are starting to pop up in some of the wins recently, some of the top decks recently, so this may be bumped up. Stormray John, and then Fortisphere for that draw. Okay. So I really like the deck. It's quite good. It's quite competitive. It's one of my favorite color combinations because you dish out a lot of damage and removal very easily, very quickly. But I will say this, Ruby Sapphire is actually better. And the reason it's better is because you have removal on legs, as in you have characters that are able to remove. That's going to be better than songs or actions that can remove, okay, or get rid of threats. Whenever it's a character, now you have a body on board, plus they can do damage on top of whatever other things they have. So, while I like this deck a lot, I feel like Ruby Sapphire is just the color combination to beat in this game. So, I'll probably post another video just discussing meta and color combinations, what could change after the next set here coming up in March with dual colors. I can't wait for that. Like, I took a nice break from this game, but once they revealed dual colors, which I used to play Magic, and that's really when I got like into Magic, was when they had Ravnica, and I loved it. It's my favorite time. Okay, I hope dual colors are here to stay and not just, oh, it's just this one set and then we won't see them again for a long time. I hope it's just a normal thing. But yeah, Ravnica block and Magic, if you're familiar. And then they brought it back, and I started playing online when they brought it back. So, but I'm hoping this game can benefit from the dual colors as much as Magic. So, all right, thank you for watching Lorcana World.